is going on, Minties? The Uncanny Omar with
Miss Lydia.
Miss Lydia. And today's Reviews in a Flash is brought to you by Marvel Comics. So thank you, Marvel and David Gabriel, for sending us a copy of Ironheart by Brian Michael Bendis. Stefano Caselli. So from the pages of Invincible Iron Man comes this brand new character. What is her name?
Ironheart. Well, that's her superhero name, but her real name is Riri Williams.
Riri Williams. Okay, tell me about Riri Williams, Lydia. And Reviews in a Flash again. No spoilers. But who is Riri Williams?
So basically,
I know it's kind of Riri Williams.
Riri Williams is a girl who, doesn't really talk to anybody, but also she's actually really super duper smart. Really smart.
So, like me, really super duper smart.
No.
Anyway,
wow.
Okay.
So, anyway, even an 11-year-old, she called NASA and said, hey, can I get an application? Because I already have all the degrees.
So, at 11 years old, she felt like she needed to call NASA. Well,
at least some major space station.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So how does she get involved with Iron Man? This is a little bit of a spoiler, but not really because things happen.
It says in the back.
But it says in the back, right?
So it's not a spoiler.
So during this time, Tony Stark is dead, due to some events that happen in his own book. So how does she become, how is she tied to Iron Man? Why is she Ironheart? Why does she have an armor like Iron Man? How does this happen?
Well, basically what happens is that, I think, during Tony Stark's life, he noticed how, Riri is, an actual genius. She's very smart, because she spends her time building things in her garage, since, she doesn't really have any friends. And then, I think what they did is that he decided to create, his AI. It's not him, but it kind of is him. It's not like he has any, it
has his personality, it just doesn't have his soul.
Yeah, it doesn't show a bunch of emotion, oh, I'm so glad, or
so
oh, I'm so really, like that.
He is the AI to her armor. Tony Stark is the AI to her armor. So how does this even happen? What ties the two together? He notices that she's a really smart girl, but then what makes him say, hey, I'm going to send her my AI so she can make her own Iron Man armor? I guess, in a way, what makes her stand out above everybody else?
What I think happens is, I was saying, she's super duper smart. It's above normal human intelligence.
Okay.
I think, he's noticed, that spark in her, he had.
Oh, so he sees a lot of himself in her.
Yeah, because, she's an inventor. She's super duper smart. She doesn't really, talk to people that much at all.
Okay.
So
when he dies, who sends her? Is she making her own costume? How does this tie into Iron Man's life?
Well, what happens is that they send her his AI.
Who sends her the AI?
I think it was Tony Stark
Industries sends her the AI. Okay.
Because in this story also, his mom is still alive, And so, Tony Stark AI helps Riri Williams build her own Iron Man suit so, she can save the day, fight crime, stuff like that.
He puts a lot of faith in this kid, huh? Okay. Now, you told me something interesting when you read this, because I was like, what? Because I have not read this run. You told me something about Tony Stark, one of Tony Stark's parents is still alive in this.
Yes, Tony Stark's mother.
She's alive in this. Now, don't explain why, but okay. So that's pretty interesting because, like I said, I've only read the first trade paperback of his run. I haven't read Ironheart, or I haven't read Invincible Iron Man, or when Doom became Iron Man. But okay, that's interesting. So Jarvis still in this?
Jarvis is the mom.
The butler.
No, he's not in this. Friday's still in this, though.
Okay, so what does Friday do? Is she a personification of the AI, or is she?
Yeah, she's a personification too, and near in one of the parts, she explains that she is more like emotional than him. Not like, oh, I'm so sad because you said that, I mean, like that. But like, you know, she has more emotional parts. Like she can be happy, she can be sad, she can be. But for like Tony Stark's AI, he's just like, great job.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's talk about the artwork, because this particular volume collects 11 issues, so it's not all Stefano Caselli. So we're looking at artwork mainly by Stefano Caselli, but also Kate Nimzik, Taki Soma, and Kichi Mitsushima. And then color artist is Marte Gracia, with Israel Silva. And what is it that you particularly like about the issues? Like,
yeah, like I enjoy the art, like how detailed it looks. It's not just like blah blah. Okay, you're done.
How detailed it looks? Okay.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like the expression on the characters' faces because you can actually tell like what they feel, not just by them saying, "Oh, I feel sad" or "I feel happy," like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can actually see that
you can
in
see
their faces.
The emotion on their faces. Okay. And I like how it has this really. I love the colors. The use of colors in this are wonderful.
Yeah, like it makes the armors look shiny. It makes them kind of look realistic, like, you know.
Yeah, I guess you can do that with computer graphics.
I like the color tone for Tony Stark's AI. Like I like how kind of like he looks like, you know, he's different from the others. Not just like I look like a human, but I'm not. He actually looks like an AI,
like a hologram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, that's... Yeah, I'm a big fan of a lot of this artwork. It's very detailed. I was a big fan of Avengers Initiative when Caselli was drawing it in his issues of Spider-Man. So, I'm glad that you got to experience some great artwork. So, Miss Lydia, why do you think Riri is lonely? Like, she doesn't talk to people?
Well, I think it's because, like, in the beginning, I think it's more because of, like, you know, she just thinks, like, these people are, like, oh, I don't know what 2 + 2 is.
You mean below her?
Yeah, and she's like, I want to go build machines now.
Okay.
I think that's why she's, like, you know, she's lonely. And also because, like, she didn't attend school that much.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, she's kind of smart. Like, in kindergarten, one time she was like, anyway, I decided I want to be a scientist.
So, Miss Lydia, why do you think Riri, a 15-year-old, I guess she's a teenager, is out to fight crime? Like, what makes this little girl go out and fight crime?
Well, I think one thing that happened, which basically I think, like, it mentions when she was 13,
mm-hmm.
she had a best friend, and, like, you know, at the time she lost her dad, so she had a stepdad and her mom were at a picnic,
mm-hmm.
and, like, you know, everything was going fine, but then a car came up and it pulled out a gun. So her mom thought, like, okay, I need to protect the children. So, like, in one of the scenes, like, she pulls both of them down.
The kids? Okay.
Yeah, and also, like, the dad, like, you know, kind of tries protecting them. But after that accident, both her best friend and her stepdad died during that.
Jeez. Man, okay. So that propels her to move forward and become a hero, along with the spark that Tony Stark sees in her?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Because he ain't just going to give his AI to nobody, because, like, you know, that would be kind of dangerous if he gave it to, like, oh, I'm going to give it to...
It's happened in comics before, believe me. Now that we've all seen the artwork, Miss Lydia, why don't you rate this book?
I think I would give it, like, a 5 out of 5, because I really like this book.
Wow, a 5 out of 5. You're a harsh grader. You're like your mom. But that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that you really... This is the first time you gave a book a 5 out of 5. And it's Brian Michael Bendis. It's good for him. Good for you. I'm glad you like this. Because I know... who's smarter, Moon Girl or Riri? Huh, that's the question to ponder.
I think maybe Moon Girl, because like it's saying in the comic book she has 100% intelligence.
Would you read a comic book with Moon Girl and Ironheart? Yes? Well, there you go, Minties. Miss Lydia gives this a perfect score. She really enjoyed it. 5 out of 5. Unprecedented for you. Good job, Brian Michael Bendis. If you're watching this. This was the Uncanny Omar, and this is Miss Lydia. Thank you so much for joining both of us. Don't pet my head like I'm dumb. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, and give us some recommendations. We're going to work on a couple of videos, like what comic books to recommend kids. We have she has a younger sister, and she also started reading comics at a young age. You were 3 years old reading Tiny Titans, so we're going to go like how Miss Lydia first started reading comics. So that will keep an eye on the channel for that. Thank you for watching, and
if it's classy and cool, it must be near mid.